Pastor Tim Hammy. I hope you're doing well. It is Tuesday, and remember, we're talking about God in the storm. Yesterday, we talked about the ship. They're just tossing everything aside because they're not recognizing. They're recognizing the storm and all the things that are going on. And like I said yesterday, maybe you're going through a storm and you're seeing the storm, you're in the storm, and things are happening. So today, I'm going to talk about get a word from God. Are you listening to the voice? Listen to these verses. Acts 27, 21, 22, 23, and 24, 18, and we're gonna dive into these. Check this out. Since they had been without food for a long time, Paul stood up. It's just like Paul, and Paul stood up among them and said, "Men, you should have listened to me and not have set sail for, they were set sail anyways. They didn't listen to Paul and lost." Acts 27:22 says, "Yet now I urge you, take heart, for there will be no loss of life among you, but only the ship." So Paul says, you should have listened to me. Duh. It's Paul, right? But you won't lose any lives. Only the ship will be lost. 23 and 24 says, For this very night there stood before you, or better yet, stood beside you, me, an angel of God, to whom I belong and whom I worship. And he said, do not be afraid. And behold, God has granted you all this who sail with you. So he's saying, check this out. There's an angel who has made a promise that says, hey, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. The ship's going to be lost, but you're going to be okay. Acts 27:23a and 24a said, there stood before or beside me an angel, and he said, do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand before Caesar. So 27:18 and 27 in the New Living Translation says, and neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and no small tempest lay on us. All hope of our being saved was a last abandoned. So the guys were giving up, but Paul never gave up. Acts 27:23 and 24 in the ESV says, and he, the angel, said, do not be afraid. Because Paul still had to stand before Caesar. And behold, God granted you all those who sail with you. And if we look at Luke, we're going to go in the beginning of the New Testament. It says, and for with God, nothing will be impossible. So here's the promise. Things may be lost. Stuff may be taken away. But God is with you. God will give you the strength to get through every situation. And the promise is, for with God, nothing is impossible. Stuff may break down. Stuff may be in the storms of life. But you're going to be okay. We get caught up. And we get so... Remember at the beginning, the intro of this talk of God in the storms, they were so caught up in all the stuff, the things that were going wrong, that they missed the warning, the things. And finally, today, God in the Word, that they should have listened to Paul, the wisdom. And many times in life, when I'm not sure of something, I go to someone I trust, a person I trust, and I say, so what do you think I should do? Someone with wisdom, and they give me wisdom. But you know what? Some things may be lost. Some things may be important. But I'm going to be okay because I took that wisdom and I'm going to make it through. If it's something, it's okay. If it's something valuable or something, just tangible, as long as God keeps me safe, right? We get caught up in things that we hold. This is a trinket that someone gave me a long time ago. It's so valuable to me. But you know what's the most valuable thing is my relationship with Christ. You know, I love when I was 4 years old, October 20th, 1974. I was in a house fire, and we lived in the house that I was burned in for a long time afterwards. But you know what? My parents always knew that our family was so important, and my sister, my brother, the family is important, right? And God always prove you and I are important to God. Us. Stuff is not that important. So I just want you to think about that. So just want to encourage you today. Let me pray for you. Lord, I thank you so much for those watching now and those watching later. Encourage their heart. I pray for those that may be going through a storm right now. I pray that you just give them strength to weather the storm. I pray for those that are sick. I pray that you heal their bodies. I pray for those that are well, that you protect them. I pray for our government, that you give them wisdom. I pray for those that are in need. I pray that you provide for them. I pray for the economy, that you turn it around. I pray that you give us opportunity to bless somebody today. I pray that you just give us the opportunity to share the gospel with somebody. And Lord, again, I do pray a blessing upon those who are watching now and watch later. Encourage them. And I pray in your name. Amen. Have a great day. God bless you. Love you guys.